Teaser of Doctor Doom, you say? A teaser of Doctor Doom. Oh, let's check this out. Yeah.
Marvel just dropped a huge teaser for Avengers Doomsday and specifically Doctor Doom. We have footage of this teaser and what seems to be the very first photo for concept art that Marvel has on display of Doctor Doom.
So I
and
ain't
what
seen no
this
damn
suit is
trailers.
going to look like. And they just recently did this at a Chinese marketing expo. And as it turns out, Disney is actually hosting this marketing expo. And Marvel has a huge booth at this expo where they are showing a display
Is that him?
of concept art for Doctor Doom.
I like that.
Here, we don't see Robert Downey Jr.
Look at that. Look at the chainmail for the moving part, the joints. I like that. I like that. Look at the abdominal area. That's all armored and protected. The gauntlets. The cape holders. They're called clasps. Look at that. Look at the helmet. That's pretty damn close, ain't it? That's pretty damn close. All right. I'm liking it.
Jr.'s face, but this look at Doctor Doom goes hard. This design looks fantastic. If this is what we are going to see on screen, which
you damn right, Wonder.
If not very similar, there's a lot of time they could change it a little bit. But considering they've shot mostly what they need to for Avengers Doomsday at this point in time, I think this is how Doom is going to look in the movie.
Badass.
As we get into the footage, it matches what they show.
Hey, all they gotta do now is line up the story, and as long as RDJ's portrayal is solid, and many people think he ain't the real Doctor Doom anyway, because people are saying he's gonna be a variant. You got Spider-Man being a key role eventually in these movies or whatever, what's going on. For him to just run into Doctor Doom and be like, Mr. Stark? You know what I mean? Like, he might not be the real Doctor Doom. The final Doom that they deal with. This will be interesting, even if it's not. But the portrayal and the story's got to be right. The look, they killing the look right now. I like this suit. It's better than that damn Superman suit.
This probably is what he's going to look like, considering this is what they have on display at this expo. So if this is our first look at Doom and what he's going to look like in the movie, please let me know what you think about it in the comments. So that is seemingly our first look at what Doctor Doom is going to look like. But as I mentioned, they also did show an Avengers Doomsday teaser in the form of a video projection show. And as we'll show you in the video, it even looks like Marvel could possibly be teasing that Doom is not only going to take the place of Kang as far as the big bad is concerned, but he's also going to take all of his tech, as it looks like they are teasing Kang tech in this little teaser. It looks like we could even see possibly the 10 rings from Shang-Chi. It also looks like they demonstrate some of Doom's powers in this little teaser as well. So let's dive into this teaser.
Ooh. I am Doom. Feel my power. The energy, the magnificence. Victor Von Doom. Okay. Was that a pillar behind him? What is that? What MacGuffin is that?
Now, there are a few key parts of this that we have to go over. The first thing is about how Doctor Doom looks.
Well, this is a hologram
he looks like
show.
Doctor Doom. It's nice to know they're not veering too far off from what we know Doom to look like. It looks like it's going to be...
I don't think I've ever seen like a hologram like that up close. You know what I mean? That would be cool to see in person.
Incredibly comic accurate. It does look like his eyes are going to glow green, as they do kind of show that in this display here. Clearly, it's going to be a metal mask, or iron, if they want to really connect it to Tony Stark slash Iron Man, and his hood is going to go over it. So, classic Doctor Doom. It also seems like they show a lot of energy surging through his body, and I'm thinking that's hinting at his sorcery, which a few other shots hint at later on as well. But they get to a part where Doom is clearly sitting on a throne. Now, this could be him in Latveria, but we've gotten the leaked concept art from Secret
God
Wars
Emperor
in the
Doom
past that showed us Doctor Doom on a throne. So him being on the throne here is most likely him being the ruler of Battleworld. In the comics, when the entire multiverse gets destroyed, Doom, using the powers of the Beyonders that he gets from Molecule Man, creates one world consisting of a bunch of different universes combined. That is Battleworld. And then Doom rules over it, literally as their god. He is God Emperor Doom. That is what we are seeing in the leaked concept art, and that is what we are seeing from this tease right here. We then get into a really interesting part here, where we start to see some of Doom's powers, and I also think we see him shattering reality. In this particular
that's what I was
part
thinking.
Right here,
Some reality or space time
around him, and you can see glass fragments everywhere. But the thing is, nothing's really around him, so it does seem like he is shattering the reality that he's in. This really reminds me of What If, with the Watcher and Infinity Ultron, where they both have the ability to basically go in and out of the fifth dimension, which exists outside of the multiverse, and they can essentially go to any universe that they want to go to. And to further back that up, the next thing that we see is Doom looking at some type of a structure. Now, it does seem like the structure is kind of made of those broken shards of glass.
He is
which,
looking
again,
at
I think
it.
represents the
I didn't notice that
and
at
his
the bottom.
ability to essentially go to any universe that he wants to go to. But then it looks like this structure turns into a door. And I think what they could be teasing right here is the Library of Worlds. The Library of Worlds was created by the Beyonders and is a place that is located outside of the multiverse, but it can be used to access any universe. If I had to guess where Doom's base is going to be in Avengers Doomsday, I would guess here. And I think that's what they're teasing in this teaser. And this actually does become Doom's base, his headquarters, in the Time Runs Out story that goes right into Secret Wars in the comics. And if you think about it, if Doom is aware of Kang, if Doom is aware of the TVA, then he probably knows that wherever he goes, they'll be able to spot him. So the only place he could really go is a place that exists outside of space and time, outside of the multiverse. That way, the TVA could not find him. So I think this makes perfect sense, and I think this is what they're teasing. Now, as we get further into this video, this is where we kind of see something that looks very similar to Kang's technology, specifically what we saw in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and this one scene right
here. So he's making a Dr. Doom green Hadouken right there.
Here actually looks like it could be one of the 10 rings. It almost looks like he is designing it or building it right here in this scene. So I think this might be showing us that he is behind the 10 rings. He is behind that technology. And since they're basically going to be able to do whatever they want in Avengers Doomsday with the writing, they could even go on to say that Kang stole tech from Doom. In fact, at one point in time in the comics, Kang and Doom meet each other, and when they meet each other and they talk, they actually believe that they are related. And in fact, when Kang, or what his real name is, Nathaniel Richards, decides to take on the persona of the Scarlet Centurion and he makes his armor, he designs it after Doom's armor. So I could definitely see them going that route in Avengers Doomsday, Kang kind of ripping off Doom and his technology. Or it could even go vice versa. Doom kills Kang and the rest of the Kangs and takes their tech, but I think it would be better if they made it to where Doom is the proprietor of all of this. That way it makes him look more powerful than the previous villain that you kind of briefly had on screen there. That would be the better way to build up Doom. But as he creates this one device and it starts spinning, it looks exactly like what we saw in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. It looks like his multiversal power core, especially with all of the rings spinning around it. And this might actually be another reason why Doom hates Kang, a report that we've heard in the past by many different insiders at this point in time. Doom could hate Kang because he stole his technology and used it to try and and basically rule the multiverse. And now he has to fix the multiverse because it's on the brink of destruction. And I personally really hope they do this. I hope they connect Doom's story to Kang's at least a little bit. But saying that this is actually Doom's tech and not Kang's is a great way to tie in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, specifically the Ten Rings. It's also a great way to tie in the Bangles from Miss Marvel and the Marvels. And you can tie in Ant-Man by him trying to warn people about Kang, but then them realizing that Kang was kind of like the apprentice. But the master, the big bad, is actually Doom, which I think is just crazy awesome. But another thing that I think this tells us is that Doom is definitely going to be a powerful sorcerer. That's really what makes Doom so powerful. He has the perfect combination of sorcery and tech. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little worried that Marvel might not include...
It's like a UFC fighter that can strike and wrestle.
the sorcery aspect of Doom, but it looks like, based on this, they are, which I'm super excited about. Because this probably means that Doom is pretty much going to be way too powerful for any of the Avengers to handle. The X-Men might give him a run for his money, which is probably why he attacks them. We've actually seen set photos of destroyed Sentinels, which we've heard Doom uses to...
I assume Batman has done something like that before. You know, he's like the ultimate in tech. I assume only someone like Lex Luthor or maybe a couple other guys out there really can deal with him technically, you know, tech-wise. But I assume, and like Batman, from what I've seen in certain things, either really doesn't believe in that world, but he does respect it, knows that it works, and knows that it's beyond him and his control. I assume there's got to be a storyline where he took on magic and his tech at the same time. There's got to be. Smart as Batman is, I know he would try to use that at some point, or need to beat a particular villain.
Attack the X-Men, and we've seen a lot of destruction on the set that they were using for that X-Men scene. So we know Doom attacks the X-Men, and that's probably why, at least one of the reasons why. They are really, really powerful, and they could definitely get in his way. So coming out of nowhere, just hopping into their universe, attacking them, getting the drop on them, is probably the smartest thing to do. Plus, we've also heard that he wants to kill people who have caused incursions, and Monica Rambeau right now is in that X-Men universe, which is destabilizing that universe. So he's also probably after her. But either way, this was a great tease of Doom. And then at the end there, just shows us basically all of the teams that are going to be going up against Dr. Doom, trying to fight him. And of course, Marvel Studios has already told us who those teams are. They're the Avengers, they're the people of Wakanda, the X-Men, and the Fantastic Four, which they tease in this show.
I like that. I like that. Get over and subscribe to Gossip Wonder if I didn't say it already. And tell them Tyrone Magnus sent you. And if you enjoyed my reaction to this, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And what do you think? I have zero complaints at this look. Zero. 10 million subscribers.